Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading session. Well, yesterday was quite the roller coaster, wasn't it? After the trading room closed and the afternoon session kicked in, my goodness, the market put in a rally. I was expecting the market to be a little bit more active today, but it seems like yesterday was when we got all the action. In fact, you can see that was the overnight. I'm looking here at the NASDAQ on the Eagle now. Not a whole lot happening in the overnight. This was the afternoon session. The market just took off on a tear. Nice little trend change though. We did have the opportunity to get a hold of it. So the trading room closed right about here through all this choppiness, and you can see the trend change here on the Eagle. And we came back and we actually generated a red bar buy. If you didn't get a hold of that, we did get a with trend signal right here. And of course, we would have gotten corresponding signals on the Hawk and the Falcon as well. And if you happen to miss that, you got another red bar buy signal right here. So the market just exploded to the upside. Oh, look at that, another red bar buy signal. About an hour, half hour before the close, and yet another move higher. This is the first morning in a long time where we're not opening with a gap of some sort. So the market really just taking over from where they left off. And honestly, I am a little puzzled as to what we might expect today. You know, sometimes you get those opening gaps. You get an idea, you might say, oh, okay, well, there's a gap up, so, you know, the market is bullish. We might see a pullback and so on and so forth, but nothing like that right now. So I guess we're just going to have to sit with them for a little bit here. Crude oil dead sideways this morning. Here, I'll bring crude oil over. This is also going to be on the Eagle. You can see more of the same, very similar to what we saw in the NASDAQ, perhaps in a condensed version. And this market just dead sideways right now. Also, after a big rally up yesterday. And just kind of stuck right now. I'm also watching gold, and as you might expect, with the stock indices going higher, gold fell off rather sharply yesterday. So that was perhaps a little bit of a clue. Oh, sorry, that's this morning. But they fell off yesterday too. Here, let's get into yesterday's session. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to make you dizzy. So they fell off. Looks like they rebounded a little bit. Now we're stuck between the median line and the primary support. Just like so. And we're working a trend change signal, a possible trend change signal here on gold. So if gold does slip lower, we can probably anticipate the stock market to head a little bit higher. Maybe. So that's where we're at. Oh, good morning, Jim. Jim shooting some advanced decline numbers our way. We've got almost 1,800 on the buy and 700 on the sell. That's fairly bullish. We'll see where they go from there. And considering we don't have an opening gap of sorts, there's a lot of buyers out there. Yeah, Jim asked, how about China down 6.4%? You know, the Chinese are funny and not in the haha kind of way. And please, if you have a Chinese background, I'm not saying this to be insulting, but the Chinese are so afraid of looking vulnerable, you know, that they do a little bit of creative accounting and that kind of stuff. It's going to come to the surface sooner or later. You know, we see it, and China's not alone in that. You know, a lot of Europe is on the ropes because of some nifty accounting practices. And even the whole world for that matter, we're all tied at the hip now. All right, so the sellers are coming in here. They're going to give it a go. No clear signal yet, but we're outside of that trading range, which is interesting. We'll see if they come back and give us a signal. Oh, actually, we did get a signal here. In hindsight, I can see we had a rule of 3 signal right here, actually built into a great big rule of 6, but the principle is the same, namely that we've got a bullish band, we're producing sell signals, and we had this all-important retest before the signal printed, and there's that follow through from there. That one kind of snuck under the radar because it was so choppy and so many signals there. Wow. Jim says the YM 15-minute chart had a cloud 100 ticks, largest he's come across. Now, what Jim's referring to is he likes to watch the clouds here, and he refers to this as a cloud to cloud. What it shows you is a really overextended market. So when your cloud gets especially wide, that's very often when we're going to see a pullback to the hard edge. And we look for the soft edge sell signal. Now, normally the soft edge sell, I'll only take it if it's preceded by a test of the extreme. So here's a good one. So we've got a very wide band, and we have a little itty bitty retest of the low and a failure. And then we come back and we generate a buy signal. We call this a soft edge buy. And at the very least, we anticipate a reaction here to the hard edge, but sometimes this will turn into a really big counter trend move. So it's a pretty strong signal for the most part. All right, we'll see what gives here. Now that we are out of the immediate trading range, oh shoot, I'm goofing around here. There was a nice trendline touch signal right here on the Falcon that I was just going to try to get on board with, and I should set up my Raptor too. So the Raptor trend change signal right here. Here was the cloud crossover signal, and sorry, I was late getting to that one too. Might as well hold out for the reaction now. seeing how I'm a little bit late. The buyers are going to step in here somewhere. Remember, yesterday's session was very bullish. And it looks like the seller's stepping up a little bit. Jim says 1,700 on the buy and 900 on the sell now. So this will be a good test. We'll see whether or not yesterday's rally was actually a rally or whether the market was just moving on vapors. All right, so we're getting a macro pullback here. This is a little bit of a crapshoot. I'll tell you the truth, because, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete my profit objective here and see if we can't run this one out a little bit. The market obviously got a little bit of a downward bias today. We would have just hit our high probability target and our break even. Okay, there we go. That's the bar I was looking for. I'm going to take this trade to break even now. And what I'm looking for is a little bit of follow through here to the downside. This is going to be the real test now for the buyers. You know, the buyers stepped in here, big move down, right? Buyers stepped in a little bit. They stepped in some more. They actually rallied back here to this high. Sellers stepped on them. And now we're going to see whether the buyers can take it or whether the sellers are going to knock them down. It's a very interesting point to be trading here. You know, it's a real tug of war. Okay, right now the sellers still got it. Where's my support and resistance line? Okay, so we're back down to the primary support. And after here, it looks like next stop is going to be 41.59.5, 41.60. Nice little late filter entry signal, by the way, here on the Falcon. If you're watching your Falcon instead of the Hawk, see that? That one's pretty much textbook. No, don't back up. Come on, just a little, one more push lower, and then I'll get serious about bringing my stops in. Well, a little bit of volume coming into the market now. Shoot. So the buyer's buying up a little bit earlier than I anticipated. I'm going to get tagged here in just a second. It was still worth a try. I thought maybe, just maybe, we could see it drift, you know, maybe down here even to 41.75. Coming back with another macro pullback signal. Actually, that might not have been a bad one to try because we're kind of at the top end of the range. What I don't like is all the hesitation, right? What we want to see is we want to see a signal and some follow through. Here's not a good example yesterday. Got to go back a little ways. Well, this isn't bad. Signal and some follow through. Signal and some follow through. What we don't want to see is the market struggling. We don't want to see signal, follow through, and it starts to struggle. So here was the macro pullback signal, high probability signal. No, we don't have that. All right, if this little itty bitty swing low holds, then we may be actually seeing a short-term test of the extreme. Another late filter entry here on the Falcon. I would take it below the low, probably cover it. Oop, can't cover it there. That's a little bit out of reach. Cover it there. And this is more of a safety net type trade, just if the bottom falls out and that I at least catch part of it. But we do seem to be drifting sideways a little bit. I don't want to see too many late filter entry signals print in a row, because what happens is the market starts to flatten out. And that is not what we want. All right, so another late filter entry signal. I would actually consider these two just to be the same signal. Well, we're getting some buying support here. Maybe, kind of. All right, let's see what's going on in the other tools. Yeah, we got yellow bars creeping in here on the Hawk. So a little bit of neutrality there. Very sideways here on the Raptor. So this will be interesting. What I'm watching here on the Raptor is we keep beating against the bottom end of this trading range that we have now. We have this tight little itty bitty trading range. They keep selling, and yet the market won't go lower. So we essentially have a retest of the low. We may get a buy signal here, in which case it will be a soft edge buy. I'm not real keen on buying it just yet. And here come the sellers again. Oh dear, don't give me that buy signal. Come on, sellers, knock it down. All right, there it is. There's the soft edge buy. And I guess what I'll do is I'll do a second push on the entry. So essentially, I'm going to take it above the high of this bar. I'm using my logic counter to gauge where this bar would finish if it finishes bullish. I'm a little bit of an apprehensive buyer at this point, but we'll see what gives. Stops will go below the swing low. All right, here we go. Let's see if they can muster enough for a rally now. No, I guess I can cancel my order here on the Falcon. We're also generating a first micro macro cross here in the Hawk, and the trade does have a little bit of structure to it. You can see how we came down rather quickly, and then we started to drift sideways, and so now they're going to test the upside. So this is a valid first micro macro cross. This isn't like one of these signals where the market comes down sharply. We generate a first micro macro cross without retesting the lows in any way, and then we just blindly buy. This is actually not a bad setup if in fact the buyers do try to press higher here. Not liking the width of this bar here. A lot of fighting going on this particular price level. Well, and here they come. They're gonna try to knock it down, get through that support line. Oh, we did have a red bar buy there for a second. We do have a sell signal here on the Eagle. What we would need is we need the ATR line to turn over. So essentially, we're looking to trade below the low of this current bar, but for a couple extra ticks, you may as well take it below the low of the whole sideways range. Cover near the hard edge. And this is kind of like my safety net now. If the market fails to rally, then it will probably take out this support, and that'll be a decent spot to sell. Still nursing the raptor trade, and you can see the hawk very broken up, no real direction there. Possible trend change coming here on the Falcon, just getting a whole lot of signals. So we've got the warning dot, and here too, the signal's going to print below the low if in fact the market breaks down here. This is actually not as nice a trade as I would like to see, because what has a tendency to happen sometimes is that the market will break down. The buyers will just let everybody's sell order engage, and then they'll knock everybody on their backside as they rally the market. Crude oil also giving us a similar look. Here's crude oil now on the Falcon, and same kind of situation. We're getting a nice trend change signal here on crude. You'd want to take it probably below this little swing low, and that also gives you a chance at a second push on this one. So we're just near our break-even trigger. It'd be nice to at least hit the break-even. So here we got the breakout now. Oops. So here was our trading range. Here's the breakout. Here's the retest. This is actually going to produce the higher probability signal, the one that's printing right now. There we go. Yet another late filter entry signal. Now that the sellers have recommitted, it's time for me to start getting more aggressive with my stops. Oh, and we hit our break even and our profit target, I think. What happened to my order? Oh, my order disappeared. I did something funny there. I broke. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, the order got hit. Don't know exactly what I did there, but I was moving my target when it hit my break-even trigger, or my stop when it hit my break-even trigger, and that caused a little bit of problem. All right, I'll use the button for the break-even now. There we go. So we're just hovering, see, just a couple of ticks from the break-even. I'm not going to let the market back up on me for that. There we go. Hit the break-even trigger. Come on down. Actually, let's try to run it. I know, or I'm fairly confident we're going to hit the profit objective, but let's just see if we can't nurse this one a little bit deeper. Just maybe. Come on. Not as violent a follow through as I was anticipating. What I mean by that is when there's a breakout below such an obvious support level as what we had, normally you see the buyers have to bail out of their positions, and that usually sends the market, boom, 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 just bar after bar after bar, heading lower. Our crude oil trade also hit its profit objective on the Falcon. Where were we? Here, our late filter entries, or pardon me, our trend change signal, and the market drifting here below the primary support, just about there to the secondary support line. But we took profit along the way, which is never a bad thing. Come on, Eagle. So all I'm doing here is I'm just taking a look at how my stop strategy has been working this morning, and it looks like if I round it up to an ATR of 3, it's going to hold me in this trade, I hope, through most of the swings. Really need to see this bar finish down here at 41.74. There's a lot of interest in this bar. We've spent a lot of time here chopping back and forth. Oh, I didn't get my wish. The buyers won that bar. Oh, come on, sellers. If we can take out that 41.74 low, I can see us drifting. Where did I say the next support line was? 41.60? Yeah, I can see us getting down to 41.60. So we had the trend change signal. Here was a nice little late filter entry signal on the Falcon. So some decent opportunities this morning. We got a little bit of a head fake earlier, but you know what? That's to be anticipated, that the market's sorting itself out. Oh, come on. Oh, 41.74. The buyers are really defending that price. It's actually not 41.74. It's more likely 41.75 where all the buying interest is. A lot of traders will trade quarter points. So that means the double zeros, 25, 50, 75, and so on. This one could have a little bit more follow through to it. If we see 41.74 yield, I think we might see the market tail off here with a little bit of momentum. Here we go. Come on. Somebody tell the buyers they don't want to buy until 41.60. Come on, buyers. I mean, sellers. As you might anticipate, gold moved a little bit higher through all that, and crude oil fell off a little bit. All right, so we're seeing a lot of buying pressure in here now. This should have, when this 41.74 area let go, we should have seen stronger follow through to the downside. The buyers only let it slip a couple of points, and then they came right back and started doing some buying again. So sellers still in control, but I'm not liking that buying pressure very much. What time is it? It's going to be 7:10. So we've passed the top of the hour. Here we go. Oh, look at that. The advanced decline dead even now. Thanks, Jim. 1,400 on the buy, 1,350 on the sell. So the sellers really making up some ground today. If you're watching the advanced decline, remember it's more of a relative um, uh, type of indication where you're looking for how the numbers relate to each other. So here we are now at the next quarter point at 41.70, drifting down from 41.75 to 41.70, seeing a little bit of support come into the market again. All right, and it looks as though we may end up getting a little bit of a hard edge bounce here. So we would have hit our profit target no problem, but I'm looking to see whether or not I can try to finagle this trade down to the 41.60 line. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here at the moment unless the ATR keeps me out of harm's way. Buyers definitely getting more aggressive on this market right now. All right. Here on the Raptor, we got another soft edge buy signal right here. And it too was preceded by a retest of the low or a double bottom, however you want to interpret that. And there's that buy signal. Last time we tried it, didn't work out so well. We bought and got in front of a steamroller heading lower. I honestly thought, though, that we might see some follow through because of that sideways drift. I thought we might see a little bit of a reversal there. All right, so we got tagged on the reversal there with the eagle. Now we're into the hard edge. And now we'll see whether or not the buyers do take control here. Or not. Working a first micro macro cross, we're right into the hard edge here. So this is the type of signal, if you're going to take this first micro macro cross, it's a valid signal to be sure, but do yourself a favor, take it above the high. Because remember, the hard edge of the eagle and the raptor, we always anticipate some sort of reaction there. So even though we're just looking for a short-term scalp, and the market may well go higher, this is essentially a counter trend signal still. See how we're parked right there on the hard edge of the eagle and the raptor? This is essentially a counter trend trade right now. And I would like to see this actually drift lower. Well, don't drift lower now. There we go. There we go. Hit the break even and hit the profit target. Okay. What I was going to suggest, though, is I wouldn't mind seeing it drift lower, turn into a macro pullback signal. That would kind of retest the lows, give me a little bit more confidence in the buyers, that the buyers were actually going to try to rally the market. Waiting on the reaction to the hard edge now. I'd like to come back here with a green bar sell. That would give me a warm, cozy feeling. No, they're still plodding higher. Gold starting to tail off here a little bit. Here's gold on the hawk. Got a nice little first micro macro cross signal right here. Sorry I didn't point it out to you earlier. I was looking at crude oil, but gold might give us a second chance here on the eagle as we're working on a possible rule of three. So we've got a couple counter trend signals already. What we need to see is a little bit of an uptick here, and then the market fail and come back with another sell signal. All right, so here's the beginnings of our green bar sell. Looks as though the NASDAQ still honoring this high right here. So far anyway. Tony's asking, Eric, did you get a response, pardon me, from Microsoft regarding Windows 10? My scathing letter to Microsoft? No. No, not yet. Honestly, I'd be surprised if they did write me back. I've just come to terms with it that You know, I'm going to have to live with it, live with them updating my computer. I did get my desktop set up again, more or less the way I like it. All right, pretty fat bar here on the Raptor, again right here at the hard edge. Pardon me. Okay, so here comes our green bar sell on the Eagle. We just have the warning dot. We don't have the signal just yet. And we are against the ATR. The ATR line sitting right here around 4182. I would like to see that ATR line turn over. Or if I wanted to be more aggressive on the trade, I could short the hash mark, which will print right there. I could cover it above that swing high. That's feasible. Now, I'm going to show this to you. The better trade is to let the ATR turn over. But I'm going to anticipate the hash mark printing here. So with the ATR, what I mean, this squiggly line that goes back and forth, it's better when the ATR is in sync with the signal than when it is against the signal. See how it's against this signal right here? It prints and the ATR was up there, and how the market chopped around a little bit before it tried to go higher. Well, that's kind of where we're at right now. But I'm thinking if all we're going to get is a retest of the lows here, maybe I'll be just as well off getting in a little bit early. Yeah, Jim says, time to test the low. I'm thinking the same thing. Now, as I mentioned, the signal bar needs to turn the ATR over. Oh, and in fact, did I get a signal? No, I didn't. Oops. I got in there a little bit early. We were just producing the warning dot. We actually don't have all the signal parameters yet. So I may have ended up jumping the gun there. Okay, the buyer's trying to press. Oh, sorry folks, I was looking away here. We got a macro pullback signal. I was anticipating one of those. Nice little macro pullback. That had some decent follow through to it as well. Could probably cover it right around there. Nice little move to the upside. And we're working a trend change signal here on the Falcon and a cloud crossover here on the Raptor. Okay, the seller's stepping in now that we've getting closer to this little resistance area. And our band is starting to turn over, so we may actually end up with a rule of 3 buy signal here. The market should give us one more move lower, though, before giving it up to the buyers, if in fact they are going to give it up to the buyers. Everybody just kind of waffling here at the moment. We may even just end up drifting into a bit of a trading range here. All right, so we're back here near this resistance, as I mentioned, and it looks as though the sellers are finally starting to press. We'll see whether or not they can take control. Okay, here comes our green bar sell. I know I'm already short, but notice how the band went out of sync here just for a little bit. That would not be enough to negate a green bar sell, in my opinion. So this current bar is trying to work on printing the signal. And if we can get back down here to this whole 4182 area, we should print a sell signal and we should see the market try to retest the lows. A couple of ifs in there. All right, so here comes our signal. There we go. Now we have a proper signal. We are in sync with the ATR. You see the ATR is up here. Haven't engaged the signal just yet. You'll probably want to cover above this swing high here around this 41.96.97 area. Come on down. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Gee, Pers, they're just hanging in there. Just drifting a little bit. No real momentum to speak of. The Raptor also setting up for a possible soft edge sell. If the market turns here, we will have had our retest of the high and a good excuse to short the market. The Falcon just waffling. The Hawk, all yellow bars. So we're just kind of waiting. They're very neutral right now. Very happy. They're happy where they are. Yeah, Mo, no hawk signal unless you wanted to short the failure of this red bar buy. So you see you have a red bar buy signal here. You could sell it below there. You could cover above the high. It's the red bar buy is our counter trend signal in that you can buy it or you can sell it. So you can see if you bought it, you took a little bit of heat here, but it did hit your profit objective. You can set up to short it. And this would probably be a pretty predictable short also. This would not be a bad trade. Or you can always use it just as an early warning that if the market trades below here, we're going to see a first micro macro cross develop before too long. So definite sideways trading range. Looks like our green bar sell never engaged. And now we're actually looking a little bit more bullish. Still haven't seen a real good retest of the lows though. That bothers me. Yeah, still got that sideways drift going on. It looks like we've pretty much established a trading range here this morning. Of course, it won't be confirmed as a trading range until the market heads lower. If the market heads higher from here, well, then it's no longer a trading range unless we get back to the high of the day. Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where trading is like watching the paint dry or the grass grow. All right, first micro macro cross now to the upside. I would probably delay the entry a couple of ticks and take it above the high. Just because we're buying at the top end of a trading range, not always the best place to buy. Come on, get into yellow bars. Make it easy on me. Don't make me make a decision here. Oh, well done, Tony. Okay, yellow bars, good. So I can ignore that buy signal now. Tony says I'm 3 for 4 with a nice little deposit into the old account. That's it for me. Well done. Anytime you can put some money away, it's a good day. So here's the Raptor now testing the top end of this whole trading range also. Oh, you guys. Oh, there they go. They're going to bust it. Okay, so they just poked through the top end. Now we're getting the reaction, right? So you know how I tell you, if you're in a trading range or you suspect that you're in a trading range, let the market break, right? So we're going to let it break, we're going to let it retest, and then we're going to look for that buying opportunity. If you wanted to be more aggressive on this one, what you could do is you could just treat this current bar here as the retest, in which case what you're going to do is place your buy order above the high of this bar and hope that there's going to be some more follow through on that. But the more room you give this market, to do its whole little test and retest thing, the better off you normally will be. We have the cloud crossover back here. That would have been actually a little better place to buy because we were at the bottom end of this trading range. But it looks as though we are going to get a little bit of a uptick now. Okay, get up there, get that break even. All right, so we've got our first profit objective, and I've enabled the parabolics for the rest of the trade, and we'll just see whether or not this doesn't run out a little bit now that it seems the sellers have left the building. Oh, come on, don't swing just yet. Get up there. Excuse me. Come on, get going. This could build into something here. Where's the high of the morning? So next target looks to be around 42.15. Let's see where the support and resistance lines are parked. So we've got, see, 42.15. That's the median line. That's also the high of the morning. We can cancel that trade. Got the first micro macro cross signal here off the top end. Oh, come on now. Don't be looking back yet. Come on. Get up there. No! they're, they're trying to get back to this little itty bitty swing low. Get going. Come on. Oh my gosh, they're just parked again here at this whole 4200 area. Ah, nuts. Okay. I tried holding my breath, but it didn't work. Okay, well, it was a profitable trade. I'm not too terribly upset about it. I thought we were going to see a little bit more run out on that, but not yet. All right, so I'm just snooping around here a little bit. We're looking at a little bit of a macro pullback. This might be worth trying. Momentum seems to have tailed off considerably from where we were. You're going to want to try to run a reasonably deep stop here. I do believe we're going to see at least one more press higher on the part of the buyers. Maybe. Oops. All right, so here we go. Come on, get up there. You owe me one more. Let's go. Don't make me wait. I don't like waiting. Ray Burke was always so terribly impatient with the markets. For those of you who have not had the pleasure of trading with Ray, he's very much a type A personality. I don't think patience is one of Ray's strong suits. So a lot of waffling. Uh-oh. Not liking the width of this bar coming in here. Let's see if we can't get it just a little bit higher. There we go. Okay. Whew, that was hard work. Ah, fantastic, Ryman. Ryman says, I now have the dynamic bars and the trade manager added to the Raptor system. Got a great discount yesterday. And yeah, Adam, if you haven't checked your email yet, check your email. And if you didn't get an email from Adam, write him because he's running a leap year special on some of these secondary indicators and premium indicators, namely like the dynamic equivolume bars, the Geiger counter, trade manager, and so forth. But it's only until Monday because it's a leap year. I've honestly never seen Adam discount the product this much, but He has. And he says he'll only do it once every 4 years. So there you go. Here's your best opportunity if you're looking to add something to your DTS system or your Raptor system. This is a great time to take advantage of that. Well, here we are at the top of the hour, and kind of waffling here a little bit back and forth. Might see a soft edge sell. We've had the retest here of the high on the Raptor. Oops. A little bit of a retest on the high. If that fails and produces a sell signal, we can anticipate a move here back to the hard edge. Looks like we're spending most of our day waffling around this whole 4,200 area. We ran up there again, and now here we are. We're kind of skewered by that whole 4,200 line. We'll hang with them here for a minute in case we get a sell signal. And I would think that the short might be more likely. No, maybe not. So retesting the highs. Again, so long as those highs hold, we're okay for our soft edge sell signal. Jim says the advanced decline number is getting a little stronger now. Jim's also watching the DAX. He says that DAX just fell through its trend line. We're starting to see the buyers struggle here as well. I'm still thinking a short is coming our way. Okay. All right, where's my signal? There it is. And there. Okay, so I'm going to cover above the high. That's going to be my stop. Because obviously if the market reverses through here, I'm on the wrong side of this trade. And just looking for a short-term sell here to develop. Come on, get me to that break even. You can do it. Oh, we're still a few ticks away from break even. I considered forcing the trade down to the break even trigger. There we go. Hit our break even. Now let's see if we can tag our profit target. They're trying. Oh, baby. We've had a big spike in selling right here. You see, they sold it down. And the sellers, there we go. Let's chew. Oh, that was a thing of beauty. Chew through those sell orders. There we go. Come on. There we go. Get down there and hold and hold and hold. That's what I want to see. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is as good as money in the bank now. All right, so we hit our first profit objective. And I may choose to go with the parabolics again. Why not? So the seller's still chewing through the orders. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see that wheel turn and really get stuck here on the buy side. So long as we pull over and hold and hold and hold. Oh, come on, stay here to this short side. Then we can anticipate that the sellers are going to continue. Oh, not liking that. Not liking the buyers sneaking in there. Jim says the YM Geiger counter is pretty flat. Yeah, sometimes the Nasdaq has a little bit more volatility in it than the YM. Okay, seeing a nice little move here now. Where was our support line? 40. Okay, so we're through the primary. Next one is 4160 again. So that's the one that kind of got my eyes on. A little bit more even now. Oh, there we go. Nice little pull to the short side. There we go. Just hold and chew through those orders. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, hey, get away from there. Okay, so a little bit of a hiccup now. Probably some profit taking. Buyers coming in off of this support level here around the 41.85 area. I imagine we're going to see the sellers push them lower still. I still think 4160 is a probable target today. But I think we're going to close up the room for now, and yeah, hopefully tomorrow. Well, today was a good session actually. We had some very decent trades today, and hopefully we'll see more of the same tomorrow. All right, you guys, we'll catch up with you then. Bye for now.